Welcome, Priya.
Thank you, Monica.
I'm so glad that we are sitting here today. And I think I told you before as well, but I would like this to be on camera today. So this was something which I had in my mind in 2020 in the COVID times, where I've been connected with you for the past 5 years now, right? And it struck me there. I was walking in the park all by myself, and a lot of thoughts going on. What should I be doing? And all of that things going in my head. And it just struck me that you helped me so much in the last 5 years, right? Through the work that you do. And I let you introduce what is that you do. But then I thought it's something very limited at this point in time, right? And the work that you do, and there are a lot of other people who do such work, but people really don't get to know about it. It's only the celebs that people talk about. But for me, you are a celeb, right? And that's the reason I wanted to, talk to you, capture your thoughts on camera, which I can share with people because I know I've been helped through you. And the reason I want to do is that what you share with us maybe could help somebody else. So that's my intent behind this, what we are doing today. So again, a very warm welcome. And for today, we are going to know a bit more about you. Like people don't know you in the audience, right? Some of us who are connected to you would know. But I would like you to share with us, your journey. So just a quick introduction. You are a spiritual healer, and those two words might not define you, right? But you are in that spiritual space, right? So I would like you to share with the audience what spirituality means to you. People have different definitions of what it is. What does it mean to you? How did you get into this space? And then we'll talk more about SoulTattva, what it is, what was the intent behind it, what are you trying to achieve through it. So with that, I'll hand it over to you to share a little bit about you and your journey.
Thank you, Monica. Such a pleasant way to start by hearing such great things about yourself. Yes, it has been a long time we are associated, and this is very exciting to be on this platform where I'm sharing my experience, my journey of SoulTattva, and the journey which we shared while working together on your path, on my path, on this platform, which can contribute and help others. Okay, so to start with, for those who are listening to me for the first time, my name is Priyanka Vashishth, and I'm the founder of SoulTattva. I'm an energy healer and a clairvoyant. People will ask, what is energy healing?
Yeah.
Energy healing is about understanding your energy patterns, your behavior patterns, your mindset, your emotional self, and all that we are collectively form an energy. And when we start understanding what energy we are able to manage, channelize, and elevate the energy which we are. So technically, when we work on our energy, we elevate ourselves on material, physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental level. I think all the levels are covered once we start understanding and channelizing our energy. This is what I do, and I use few tools. One of the tools is my intuition, which works with other, material tools. Could be like Vastu, it could be like tarot, it could be astrology, it could be anything which I pick up from nature. So I kind of connect with nature as well to get my answers and understand what kind of energy the person is carrying, and then help them channelize it to achieve the results they desire for themselves. So it is about me understanding the needs of the client and then helping the client be in that space, in that energy, or reach that energy where they can tap into their potential and achieve their goals for themselves. It is this, I'm just a facilitator, I just help them channelize their own energy. I don't give them anything from outside, it is just their own things, their own energy, their own mindset, which I help them work on. So this is energy healing, and this is what I do. I started my journey with heartbreak, heartache, which happened in 1999. So almost like how many, 20, 23 years? Yeah. 23 years back, and spent a lot of time in isolation, working on myself, figuring out who I am. And I think at that time I was forced, because it was not something which everybody wants to do. Our problems actually put us into a spot from where we can't run away. So it is about that situation which happened in my life, that event, and I was pushed to be in pain, in isolation, and I spent a couple of years in that space figuring out what life is. We only question life when we are in discomfort. When we're in comfort, we are okay.
That's
we,
very shocking as well, right?
yeah. So this is what happens when we are out of our comfort zone. We question life, and I was surrounded with numbers of questions, which I tried to figure out by my own self. I did not have any mentor, anybody to guide me. So it was all me, my notebook, and could be a diary or like a book or something. But it was all just by myself. So I started questioning life, I started questioning myself, why things happen, how things happen. And since I had very less distraction, I was focused, and I started getting more connected to my energies, and I started connecting to the universe and started getting guidance. And that's how my journey started. In around 2004-5, I got into pranic healing, did a couple of courses after that, now and then. But by 2004, I had started with my tarot card reading, because I was already very intuitive and I was channeling energy. So I started with tarot reading. I just picked up tarot one fine day, because people would trust a material thing more than a person saying things on your face. Yeah, especially in 2004, like that time, 20 years back, people were not very open to spiritual work. They were not open to these kind of work where one is connecting to tools to figure out what our life is and how we can connect to it. So I just picked up cards and from a bookstore, home bookstore, and then just opened them, started channeling, interpreting them according to my own energy, what I was feeling about it, and it was so exciting that I taken them to college. So that's how it started, and I started doing cards for my college, and people started coming to me, and this is how the journey of guidance and counseling started. So it all started in 2004-ish, like properly, and 2011, SoulTattva was found, because I thought that we need to be out there as an energy place where people can connect and seek help if they need. Because I've been in that space where there was no help, and how miserable it feels to be helpless. So with that intention, I started SoulTattva to reach out to people who are looking for help, who need guidance, who want to elevate, who want to reach out to their full potential, to live the life they dream of living. And SoulTattva, we help people tap into their potential and elevate themselves. So this is what we do at SoulTattva. And I think I've answered most of your questions now. Yeah.
Thank you so much for describing your journey so beautifully. Right? People might think it's a day or like a year or two thing. You've been working on yourself all these years, right? And you still are, right then. So you described it very beautifully, the kind of challenges that you faced, right? People in today's world, face numerous challenges in terms of their mental health. But nobody talks about spiritual health if I talk about it, right? Either it's a physical challenge people have, right? Any diseases. Otherwise, we talk about mental health. Spirituality, I think, is now growing, but I think it has a very limited scope when we talk about spirituality, right? So it is probably yoga and meditation for people. So I would just like you to describe it, in the most simple language. What is spirituality, what is spiritual wellness, right? And clear some of the misconceptions around it. Because till now, even last 5 years, very few people know about my spiritual journey. It's very close people that I've shared with it. The reason behind it is that I don't think most people will understand it. and people will have a lot of questions. So to kind of I didn't want to do that. So if you can shed some light on as to why people don't really talk about it, the spiritual health. If you can describe it for us, what is spiritual health, what is spiritual wellness, and maybe for our audience, if you can share just top 3 tips, people who want to start their journey, how can they start with few simple tips?
So that's a very good question. That why people don't talk about it a lot. See, the kind of work this area has, it's a very private work. It's a personal work. It's a space where you want to be alone in your zone, working and evolving in your own self. So when it comes to self, you don't want to share it with others. And also sometimes we feel that sharing about how we are working on ourselves is a kind of weakness. And then the idea about spirituality is not very clear. People don't know what is spirituality. They kind of connect it with religion, they kind of connect it with some kind of, other kind of stuff. But spirituality is completely different. जब कोई चीज़ हमें पता ही नहीं है, तो उसके बारे में हम कैसे प्रीच कर सकते हैं, बता सकते हैं, या जो चीज़ completely alien लगती है उसके बाद से हम अपने आप को avoid करते हैं, like how we avoid aliens. So spirituality is your essence of your existence. It is the energy which flows through you, through your body, through your mind, through your heart, through your actions. And how you perceive it through your mind, how you feel it through your heart, and how you act it through your hands manages it, channelizes it, and allows you to experience life in that way. So most of our ignorances which we feel, when we talk about spirituality, we feel that a lot of other people are ignorant. It happens because we are too much into probably the other elements or other bodies through which we experience this energy. Because we are not aware of the quality of the energy, we just know the tool or the way through which we experience it. So we kind of either connect to the mind, or we kind of connect to the body, or probably the heart emotions. And we start thinking, I'm this kind of person, I'm that kind of person. But we kind of neglect that beyond all this, there is this energy which is flowing through all this. क्योंकि सिर्फ बॉडी में भी आप खुश नहीं रह पा रहे हो, सिर्फ माइंड में भी आप खुश नहीं रह पा रहे हो, सिर्फ हार्ट में भी आप खुश नहीं रह पा रहे हो, तो ऐसा क्या है जो हम मिस कर रहे हैं? तो जो हम बर्तनों पे, बर्तन की शेप में, कप पे फोकस कर रहे हैं, ग्लास में फोकस, तो वेसल, we are focusing on the vessel, the quality of the vessel, the element of the vessel, but we are not understanding what is inside the vessel. So spirituality is understanding that. And when you tap into that energy, that what is contained in the vessel, you understand that there's a beautiful harmony which can be brought between the vessel and what it is containing. So this harmony is what we try to work on, so that we can make the best use of the vessel and fill it with as much energy, as much content we want to give it to. So that is spirituality for me, and people are not aware of it, and this is the reason they don't talk. And there are people opening up, there are people sharing, because you will share about spirituality or your journey only when you have some successful experiences on the journey.
Yeah.
That is when you want to flaunt it.
Took me 5 years to talk about it.
Yeah. See, when I started, I also took like good 8, 9, 10 years. मतलब अगर सोल तत्व को देखोगे तो 2011 में वो फॉर्म हुआ, जबकि मैंने काम बहुत पहले शुरू कर दिया था. It took me so many years to be out there telling world what I do. Because at a particular time, it was something which I used to conceal and hide. because I was not accepted in the society कि एक as a teenage बच्चा, a college going girl talking about all this, they used to think I'm crazy.
Yeah, that's what most people still think today, right?
Yeah, so but there's a good wave, there's good energy shift on the planet that a lot of young kids are like in our audience. So there's a lot of young people are connecting to themselves because इतना ज़्यादा अति हो चुकी है ना दूसरी bodies की कि अब वो शांति नहीं मिल रही है किसी भी चीज़ में.
People are looking for answers.
So this is what I had to share about spirituality.
Thank you so much for clarifying that for what it means to you. Right. The other thing that I ask is for people who are starting their spiritual journey, right? You have to start somewhere. When I started, I had zero idea what it means. I didn't relate to this term spirituality, right? It's only when I've been here I understand what it means. It's all about working on yourself, as you say, right? So, and first steps are always hard for me. It just started at a point where I felt actually low in life, I was achieving everything that I intended to, but like I said, I wasn't content with it. I was still striving for a lot of things, and I just felt something is missing, and it somehow, this connection happened, right? And I think it was a perfect time. So now, at least for people who are hearing and would want to start their spiritual journey, what are a few of the tips that you would like to share with them, as to how can they get started? It doesn't have to be very complex, right? And we could do simple things to get to know about ourselves. So please share some tips with us.
First of all, Malvika, congratulations for this whole opening up about your journey. This beautiful thing. By sharing, you heal. Or also, when you heal, you share. About the tips, I think it's about being conscious about what you're doing on your body, or what you're doing to the body, what you're doing with your mind, what you are experiencing through your heart. So when you start focusing on your act, in these energies which I just mentioned, like how you are treating your body, excessive हो रहा है कोई चीज़ या कोई चीज़ काम आप कर रहे हो अपने साथ, कि आपकी बॉडी आपको कुछ कह रही है लेकिन आप सुन ही नहीं रहे हो, आपकी बॉडी बहुत एसिड प्रोड्यूस किए जा रही है, बोल रही है कि it's enough, like there's something wrong here, you need to check on me, I'm not in a comfortable space. But because it is not that extreme, we ignore it and we are again going into junk.
Popping pills.
So yeah, popping pills and then just doing the same thing again. Understanding the language of our body, our mind and our heart, we can start channelizing our small things and make the best of, whatever limited knowledge we have. And also trying to do rituals where you would spend some time alone, like meditation or like some kind of journaling, showing gratitude to the nature, universe. So doing some things which put you in a spot where you spending time alone will help you reflect more and you'll become more conscious about what is happening in your life. So that is another tip. One more tip I would like to give is that always invest in some kind of self-help book or some kind of good read where you could just step out of your complete energy which you live in, energy cocoon you live in, and tap into some energy which someone else has lived and gain something from their experience. So apart from the fiction, sometimes you could just go for non-fiction books, self-help books. So it helps you, and I think 3 tips are good for now.
Yeah.
And I think we can go on about it, right?
Yeah.
There is no really end to it, and it's not a destination, it's a journey, like you say, right? Even despite doing so much, there is still so much to do, even for you, right? As this person who works in this space, right? For anybody who's starting, there's obviously a lot, but you as a healer, you are learning so much from it. Well, I think we will have to meet again, to talk in details, because this was just a glimpse of what you do, what spirituality means to you, how people can get started on this journey. But before we end this interview, I would like you to share with us, with this audience, maybe just one example, because you've met a lot of people, healed them, worked with them. One person's example, right, that stood out for you and makes you feel that what you are doing, right, you are on the right path in your journey. And people believe only when they hear examples of if it has happened to you. I can share mine, but I think there would be better examples for you to share. So if you go, please.
One of the examples I think I'd like to share is about intimacy issue. One of my clients had it. She was having a lot of issues in connecting with people to that level that she couldn't tolerate any kind of touch. Like not even not a very intimate touch, but not even like a random hand on her back or on her hands. So we started working, and in her journey she discovered something which happened in her past, how it had impacted her in this way that she feared anybody around her in a very close dimension. So we worked on it, and she healed to a level that she flaunts it by saying that I've completely healed and like my life has changed. Her relationships have improved, not only with her partner but otherwise also. So things like this happen, that your issues, your concerns, your sufferings become the portal for your higher channeling, for your higher dimension, where you can reach, where you can experience life on a very different energy altogether. Life can be so beautiful, we cannot imagine, because when we are in stuck situations, we feel that this is our real life and nothing will change. We start believing that this is it, and we start believing that अभी कुछ बदलने वाला नहीं है, हमारे पार्टनर नहीं बदलेंगे, हम नहीं बदलेंगे, हमारी कंडीशनिंग ऐसी है, हमारी फैमिली ऐसी है, हमारी सोच ऐसी है, हमारी एजुकेशन ऐसी है. But I feel that we always can elevate, upgrade, learn, and also unlearn. So when we do all these kind of things, we transform. So that is one of the smallest example I could pick up today.
Thank you for sharing with us another example of life example, right? What happens with people. You shared about this, people feel stuck and they do not know how to reach out. So when is that you would suggest, for people to, and not just to reach out to anybody else, right, in this space? So what are those few of the things that if people are feeling that, and you can be more specific what that feeling is? It could be being stuck or, not knowing where to head. For example, I needed clarity, right? I needed more confidence in my abilities, right? I needed to work on myself, self-love, right? All those things. So if you can just tell us a few cues, like when people have those feelings, what is that those feelings exactly that you can describe when people should reach out to you or people in the same field?
Okay, so to that I would like to say that you don't have to wait for problems to come to seek help. You should always try to elevate yourself, and for that we are there, and there are other people who are working on this. So you can always improvise yourself. जब हम ये इंटेंशन लेके चलते हैं कि हम अपनी लाइफ को और बेटर बनाएंगे, तो बहुत चीजें अपने आप साइडवेज होने लग जाती है हमारी लाइफ से. Otherwise, when you feel that you're not very content with life, when you're struggling emotionally, mentally, or anyways you feel that you're stuck, you have low of confidence, you have issues with self-love, with yourself, with others, whatever it is, you can always reach out. Apart from that, traumatic experiences, आपको अपना बचपन हील करना है, कुछ ऐसे experiences हील करने हैं जो आपके subconscious में हैं, जो आपको शायद चैन से सोने नहीं देते. That is when you should actually, shouldn't delay, should actually immediately just start working on yourself. And SoulTattva, हमारी intention यही है कि आप रोज daily, it should be like a lifestyle. आप ऐसे नहीं बोल सकते आज मैं अपने mind को use करूँगा, या आज मैं अपने दिल को use करूँगा, या आज मैं अपनी body. It is a part of your existence. So is your spiritual life. If it is at taking a back seat, वो अगर अपने बूट में डाली हुई, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि वो exist नहीं कर रही है. वो कैरी तो आपको करनी ही पड़ेगी फिर भी. So जिस चीज को सबसे ज़्यादा एनर्जी मिलनी चाहिए, जो आपका एसेंस है, उसको अंडरस्टैंडिंग से अगर आप फ्लो करोगे तो हर चीज में इतना रिदम आ जाएगा कि लाइफ अपने आप बहुत ब्यूटीफुली फ्लो करेगी. Yeah.
Very beautifully described. I think this could be one of the takeaways, right? That we don't necessarily need to have a problem for us to start this journey. Wherever we are in our life, we can always elevate. There's always space to elevate. So I think that's really beautiful. This was just our first chat, and I would love to learn more about you and share this with the audience as well. but I think for today I would like you to share one poem which you wrote with this audience, and also share how can they reach out to SoulTattva and to you.
So I brought this poem for you today. So let me read that out for you.
Thank you.
अब उड़ने का वक्त आ गया, आगे बढ़ने का वक्त आ गया, रोशनी की तरफ घर है मेरा, चमकने का वक्त आ गया। रास्ता मेरा मैंने ही रोका था, कुछ गलतफहमियों का धोखा था। गिले शिकवे खुद से सुलह कर लूं, खुद पे यकीन करने का वक्त आ गया। आगे बढ़ने का वक्त आ गया, अब उड़ने का वक्त आ गया, आगे बढ़ने का वक्त आ गया, रोशनी की तरफ घर है मेरा, चमकने का वक्त आ गया। Keep shining, keep rising. These are my wishes for you and for the audience. And to reach out to me, you can go to our Insta handle, which is SoulTattva. You can go to our website, www.soultattva.com. I think you'll get all the information there. So thank you so much for the privilege to be here. It is wonderful. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. It's my privilege to have you here. And like I said, at the starting of this interview, I did not vision it. But while I was talking, it just tells me that there needs to be more conversation. So there'll be more of us talking. So thank you.